there?
A visitor?
We're not accepting any more guests.
I've come to meet my husband.
Who's your husband?
He arrived here yesterday. He was supposed to meet me this morning. I'm surprised he hasn't done so yet.
He said his wife was abroad.
Oh, he had his reasons for that, but we're supposed to meet now.
That'll be difficult for you. Your husband's not here anymore.
What do you mean? Didn't he rent a room here?
He rented a room, but he left during the night.
I have a hard time believing that, considering all of the reasons I know he has for staying here. But the way that you're speaking worries me. Say whatever it is you have to say.
I have nothing to say, other than your husband is no longer with us.
I don't understand. He couldn't have left without me. Did he go for good, or did he say he'd be back later?
He's gone for good.
Listen to me. All I've been doing since yesterday is waiting. Waiting here in this foreign land, and my patience has run out. Now I will not leave until I see my husband or find out where he is.
That is none of my business.
You're wrong about that. It is your business. I'm not sure if my husband would approve of what I'm about to tell you, but the man who arrived here yesterday is your brother. The one you haven't heard from in years.
You're not telling me anything I don't already know.
Then what is going on? And why isn't your brother here at home? And didn't you and your mother recognize him? Weren't you happy to have him back?
Your husband isn't here because he's dead.
You're pulling my leg, aren't you? Jan often said that even as a young girl, you enjoyed making people squirm. We're practically sisters.
Well, don't touch me! Stay right where you are. We share nothing in common. Your husband did die, and I assure you I'm not pulling your leg. There's nothing left for you here.
You're crazy. You're stark, raving mad. No, it's too sudden. I can't believe you. Where is he? Let me see his dead body. Only then I'll be able to believe what I can hardly begin to imagine.
That's impossible. Where he is now, no one can see him. Don't touch me! Stay right where you are. He is at the bottom of the river, where my mother and I carried him last night, right after we put him to sleep. He didn't suffer, but he did die. And it was his mother and I who killed him.
No, it's me. I'm the one who's gone crazy hearing words no one on earth's ever even heard before. Oh, but I'm not prepared to give in to such madness. I don't understand. I don't understand you.
It's not my job to convince you, only to inform you. You'll come around to the truth in your own time.
Why? Why did you do this?
What gives you the right to question me?
My love gives me the right!
What does that word even mean?
It means everything that's tearing me up inside, gnawing away at my bones, this delirium that is opening my hands to murder. Oh, and if it weren't for this disbelief stuck in my heart, you lunatic, you'd learn what the word meant when you felt your face being torn apart beneath my fingernails.
Clearly, you speak a different language than me. I have a hard time with words like love and joy and grief.
Listen to me. Let's not get lost in a maze of empty words. Just tell me very clearly what I very clearly want to know before I lose control.
I don't know how much more clear I can be. We killed your husband to take his money like we've done with several visitors before him.
So then, his mother and his sister are criminals?
Yes.
Have you already figured out he was your brother?
If you must know, there was a misunderstanding. And if you understand anything about the world, you won't be surprised.
Oh God, I knew this little game could only end in blood, and that he and I would be punished for taking part No, misfortune was written in the stars. He wanted you to recognize him. He wanted to come back home, but he couldn't find the right words. And while he was searching for the words, you killed him. And there you were, oh, like two lunatics, blind to the wonderful son who had come home to you. And he was wonderful. And oh, you've no idea what a proud heart, what a discerning soul you've just killed. Oh, you were his enemy. No, you are his enemy. You who can speak so coldly about something that should send you out into the streets, kicking and springing like a wild animal.
Judge nothing, for you don't know everything. By now, my mother has rejoined her son, and the currents have begun to eat away at them. Soon enough, they'll be found, and they'll be placed in the same soil together. I see no reason why they should run out kicking and screaming. I have a different idea of the human heart, and to be perfectly honest, your tears disgust me.
Oh, these are the tears of a joy lost forever. And trust me, for you, they're better than the dried-out grave that will soon come, that could kill you without a second thought.
Nothing you said has had the least effect on me. Really, it's all rather insignificant. I too have seen and heard enough. And I've decided it's time to go. Only I don't want to get all caught up with them. What do I want with their company? I'll leave them to their newfound affection and their dark embrace. Neither you nor I have any part in it anymore. Fortunately, I still have my room, and it'll be a good place to die alone.
Oh, you can go and die alone in the whole world with you. I've lost the one that I love, and now I have to live with that terrible solitude and the torture it makes of every memory.
Don't exaggerate. You've lost your husband, just like I've lost my mother. And now we're even after all. Your husband and I are also even. I felt the same desperation you did. Like him, I believed I had a home. I imagined crime was the hearth around which my mother and I were forever united. Who else could I turn to in this world if not the person who killed beside me? But I was wrong. Crime is its own form of solitude, even if 1,000 people commit it together. So I guess I should die alone. Seeing as I lived and killed alone. Don't touch me! I already told you not to touch me! The thought of a human hand being able to impose its warmth on me before I died. The thought that anything resembling such hideous human affection can still hunt me down, it makes the blood rushing to my temples boil.
Don't worry. I'll let you die as you wish. I'm blind now. I can't even see. Oh, and neither you nor your mother will ever be but fugitive faces met and lost amid a tragedy that never ends. I feel neither hatred nor compassion for you. I can no longer love or loathe anyone, and the truth is, I've hardly had the time to suffer or rebel. The misfortune is greater than I am.
But not great enough if you can still cry about it. So I see I still have something to do before I leave you forever. I still have to render you hopeless.
Oh, go away and leave me alone. Why don't you leave me alone?
Indeed. I'll leave you. And it'll be a relief, too. But I can't leave you with the thought that you were right. That love is vain. That this was all some sort of accident. That everything is in order, and it's of that you must be convinced.
What order is that?
The one where no one is ever recognized.
I can barely hear you. What do I care? My heart has been torn out and ripped to shreds, and all that matters is the man you killed.
Shut up! I don't want to hear any more talk about that man. I loathe him. He is nothing to you anymore. He's in that great big house, the one we're all exiled to together. The fool. He got what he wanted, he found who he was looking for, and now here we are, everything in order. Understand then that neither for him nor for us, neither in life nor in death, is there ever any peace or homeland. Because you really can't call that a homeland, can you?
God, I can't bear to hear the way you're speaking, and he wouldn't have been able to bear it either. The whole reason he started this journey was to find another homeland.
That madness God couldn't have coming. And soon you'll get what's coming to you. We're being robbed, I tell you. What is the point of this great call, this emergency of the soul? Why cry out for love or the sea? It's pathetic. Well, your husband knows the answer now. He's in that hideous house, the one we'll all eventually be. Nice and tight, packed together. One day, you too will know the answer, and on that day, if you could, you'd look back on this moment with delight. Understand? Your grief will never equal the injustice done to man. And before I leave you, I'll leave you with some advice. I sure owe you some, don't I? Seeing as I killed your husband. Pray to your God and ask that he make you like stone. That's the only happiness he saves for himself. And that's the only true happiness there is.